Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a brand new episode of Career Mode. And you guys might be like, Cal, this is the wrong episode, you've gone one too many. But in fact, yesterday I did upload a Career Mode video, but due to YouTube being YouTube and all that, just horrible, bad sub box failures, you guys may have missed it. I believe only about 10,000 of you, usually there's about 30,000 viewers that tend to watch it. So if you're part of that 20,000 and you didn't manage to catch yesterday's video, then be sure to go back and check that out because, you know, sub boxes have just been acting a little bit weird, but so go ahead and go check out, there should be an annotation on the screen somewhere just before you guys come to watch this video. So, assuming you've watched both of them, or watched yesterday's one, you guys are more than welcome to watch this one. And Fellaini actually got the first goal, and Fellaini is an animal, seriously. He is so good. I swear I score so many goals from the corners, and you guys will see throughout this episode the amount of goals I score with him just from corner, you know, headers from corners. It's pretty crazy. But I came up against Fulham here, and one animal in this game, besides of course my very own Muriel, who just completely shredded the defense there with a bit of ticky-tacky football dance work just around the player's feet, and he does a fantastic job. But one animal that I have to admit has got to be Berbatov. He is so good. He scores goals like no other. Seriously, he's an animal for the team. And his shot, he pretty much just pings them about from just about anywhere. Berbatov doesn't have a lot of pace on him, but his strength combined with his solid shot, as you guys can see from there. The ball was just on, you know, underneath his feet, and most strikers wouldn't even be able to get off a decent shot on him. Usually it would be a weak, limp shot, but Berbatov, being Berbatov, managed to get a goal. And again, Berbatov with the header. Another nice property that he has if you're using Berbatov is the fact that he's actually decent in the air. So, you know, I was, you know, 3-3, I went 3-1 up, I was 2-1 up, you know, it was just all a bit of a mess, and I was really disappointed, but the man who saves the day is Muriel, who brings us 4-1 up in the 85th minute, and again, it plays Muriel through, and Muriel has got to be man of the match for me for this game. He scored, I believe it was 4 goals, and the 5th one was from Fellaini, and that is just a fantastic goal scoring record. So everyone put your hands together for the man Muriel. What a god. 9.8 rating there, 4 goals, and Fellaini obviously picking up his. So a fantastic job, and it's great to see a new signing do that much damage, and he's got a lot of potential in him, so I can't wait to see what else he brings to the squad. So next up was something kind of interesting actually, and it kind of made me think about what I want to do with my QPR future. So obviously simulating, we're currently in April, and I was offered a manager role over at Lazio, and I was thinking about it, like, do I, you know, I haven't been with QPR that long, do I really want to accept this offer and go to a different team already? But I did in fact decline it. I decided no, you know, I've just started building this QPR side, and I have a vision for what I want it to be, and it would kind of be a bit pointless for me to hop ships already, you know. I haven't really given QPR the chance, and I really want to do, you know, big things with QPR, especially. My goal is to get them into the Champions League, so we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But anyways, we've got QPR versus Wigan here. And by the way, guys, when I was referring to the Champions League, I was talking about in the future, not necessarily this season. But again, Fellaini from the corner in the 28th minute managed to get a goal, and he is unstoppable in the air. Seriously, it's wild. But anyways, a penalty, and my keeper Julio Cesar there does a fantastic job of saving it, and I was so happy there, which allowed me to keep the 1-0 lead up. And like, as you guys saw, you know, I was very happy, and they're a bit of scrappy play, but unfortunately for me, the penalty was towards me. You know, I got it, and Jordi Gomez comes on for MacArthur, and Cisse buries that penalty. I want Cisse still to be picking up the goals because he is a fantastic player, but I made some big time substitutions. I used all 3 of them. I just changed up. One of the most popular changes that I tend to make is Sterling for Hoylett, because I like both of them to be able to play in a game, just to really get both of their stats up, because they do both have quite a bit of potential. So I won that game 2-0, and that's back-to-back wins. Very pleased with that. Nice to finally see 3 points coming through the door, and the press kind of give me some love as well, letting me know that I did a good job by signing up Fellaini, because he is putting in goals, especially for someone who's playing like kind of like a center defensive midfield role. And to those of you guys who voted on my Facebook page, I've kind of gone for a 4-2-2-2 formation, as you guys may have seen last episode, or the one that, you know, didn't do too well, no one really managed to watch. I actually did change to a 4-2-2 formation, 4-2-2-2. Oh my god, so many twos. I can't control this. But yeah, so you know, that seems to be working out really well, and I don't really want to change it because things have been going pretty well. And again, Fellaini from the corner early on in the first half. This is just proving to be an absolutely wonderful piece of, you know, formation work, and things are just working out really well for me. Muriel with a great touch to bring him around the defender and slots it home in the 82nd minute, putting us 2-1 up. Finish with the Balotelli or Hulk celebration, and great to see him putting it in the back of the net because it is always fantastic to see your new signing doing well. But I decided to make some substitutions late on into the game. As you can see, fitness was running low, and I just wanted to make some substitutions just to make sure everyone was feeling good, feeling fresh, and you know, you just got to do these sort of things. And I brought on a center defensive mid just to really hold out the game, see out the game for a little bit, because you don't want to put in, you know, any more attacking players when you're 2-1 up in the 81st minute. So with that being said, Fellaini came off. There was another substitution that I made as well. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, Fellaini comes off. He's just been doing a fantastic job, and I recommend him to most people. And as you guys can see, again, Hoylett came off for Sterling, and I mentioned in the previous game that, you know, it is a popular substitution that I will be looking to make quite a bit because both of those players are just sheer class. But Mbia makes a charging run up forward, and that leaves some huge gaps in behind. You know, that was very worrying, and some poor defending. But I could have sworn that was a foul. He bullies my defender to the ground, and nothing could be done about that, and it ended 2-2. I threw it away in the last minute, but I did honestly feel as though it was a foul right at the end there, or my defender was just being a little girl. But Sterling actually picked up man of the match for the last game, so I was very chuffed with that. Nice to see a youngster get man of the match. And then I came up against Reading away. They had Pobrebniak, who was injured, which was really important for me because Pobrebniak is a fantastic player in this game and scores lots of goals in real life and in FIFA as well. But there, as you guys can see, it was a blatant penalty. The defender sticks his foot out, and my player goes flying over it. So Kardec comes on for Fondre, and I decide to stick, I believe it is Muriel on the end of this one. And Muriel, he's an up-and-coming striker for the squad, scoring lots of goals recently. Important to keep his form going, and he winds up to smack this one home, and it's going nowhere else but the back of the net. And that puts us 1-0 up, and I was very chuffed with that. As you guys can see, everyone rolling around the ground, having a good time, enjoying themselves. So with 1-0 up, they decided to bring on McCleary and for Kebe. But I do think Kebe is a really important player, and I wouldn't necessarily agree with that particular substitution. But it was my turn to make a few substitutions. Ramirez comes off, and as always, Hoylett comes on for Sterling to give a little boost towards the end, and Barry there as well. You know, he is an aging guy, so I do want to get the 25-year-old defensive mid on instead. But Barry, I decided just to put him on because I do want him to get some game time. But that's it being from me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, Career Mode. Some fantastic results there. Good to keep the squad motivated. And feel free to check out on your left-hand side yesterday's Career Mode video if you haven't already watched it. And on the right-hand side, the starting from scratch video yesterday in case you've missed it. Thanks a lot for watching again. Have a fantastic day. And be sure to leave a like, and I'll be uploading starting from scratch soon. Yay!